Welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on a 782. This motor runs really well, but we're having an issue. It's not charging. So I've already taken the fuel tank out. I've changed the regulator. Still, it's not charging. So I'm assuming the stator's out of it. Probably the magnets are out, but it isn't making any noise, which is not unusual if your flywheel is bad. So I have an auxiliary battery. I'm going to plug that into the points. Still have it so it'll start right off in the starter, off in the machine, and right here's my auxiliary tank. So I'm just going to use a basic test light, and we're going to see if we can make it charge. So we're going to tear the motor right out, and we're going to get all the shielding off the fan shroud. We'll loosen up the sides, and we're going to pull the flywheel. Now I'm going to, you see me enough times pull the motor out, so I'm going to have it all out. We'll pull the flywheel on film, and we'll change the stator out. We're probably going to lift the intake manifold and do it that way. So like I always say, every day I wake up, there's always something that needs to be done. So we're back the next morning. It's early, and before the customers start coming in, we're going to get it apart. We'll see how bad it looks underneath. We're going to take the driver off first. Takes a 7/16. We're going to tap the grass screen screws. Makes a lot of difference when you do that. You usually will rattle them loose. Now it'll be interesting. We'll see if it's the magnets out in the flywheel or it's a stator. I'm going to replace both, doesn't matter. Might have to lift up this intake manifold. That one there was kind of loose. It does rattle them loose when you hit them with a hammer. Now I'm pretty sure I have a flywheel pretty close to coming out. I might even have one on the shelf. Now this is the same as a John Deere to do the procedure, but when it comes to a KT17 or a Series 2, a flywheel is different in a John Deere. Now it's 9/16. We're going to take the driver off. Now I know I've mentioned this before. I have to get this all the way off, I guess. There's the driver cog, and that is the difference between a John Deere. A John Deere, I don't believe, uses that dowel pin right there. So there's the difference in them. Now we're going to start taking off the fan shroud bolts. We do have one that's right there that's going to be a little bit tougher, but we'll wait till the end. We have some in the bottom here. And that one came out. Now the bottom one, when I get the fan shroud off, I'll show you. They go in the bottom here, and a lot of times you're going to break them right off. You can put them together. They go right into the block. You definitely want to lube them up really well when you put them back together. And that one came out too. We still have 2 bolts, 2 up here, and we have the ones on the bottom. So we're going to get the ones on the bottom here next. It'll take a few seconds to get them out. Going to use a ratchet wrench. Now this motor ran really well. I just wanted to be able to charge. I'm that particular on everything. If I jump on them and see them discharging, it kind of bothers me. That's why on a diesel, if they're idling, they're not charging, and that always irritated me. So, because they have that pulse alternator. Now I went out yesterday and I started my 1782. My 882 just sits in the building. I haven't started that in quite some time. A lot of my machines just sit. Bought 2 1811s yesterday, so I'm going to try to get my 1812 back together. I have 2 machines without motors right now. I have a 784, which is a 782 dual stick, and my 1812. And actually my 784 is sitting right in front of me. My shop has quite a lot of stuff into it right now. It's in my busy season. Like I always say, I'll never run out of videos. There's always something broke, or we move a lot of parts in the summer. Winters, they slow down a little bit. I'm not so sure. We're not still in winter. We're in the 3rd week of June right now. Still cold. Supposed to warm up this weekend. It's supposed to be in the 80s. Our corn, actually our farm, we don't even have all the corn planted yet. Terrible year. Never seen a year like it. We're good gravel ground. If you're ever in the area, stop by Macland. We have a lot of history here. The first case knives were made right close to us. First federal investigated airplane crash happened just over this hill over here. So let's get this flywheel pulled off, and we're going to find out what kind of issue we have. We're going to spray that down first. Then we're going to blow the holes out. I have a puller right close to me. We're going to put this bolt back in. Well, if it comes out. Never had that happen before. I'm going to screw it all the way in. Here's my puller. Imagine there'll be 3/8 coarse thread. And I'm going to use PAI bolts. Our bolt salesman is a good friend of ours. Pulls trucks on the national circuit. Clark. And this will be the moment of truth. We're going to find out what our issue is. There it is. And exactly what I thought the issue was. The magnets came right out of the flywheel. So we're going to replace it. It's not like I don't have it. I'm not going to bother gluing them in. We'll get this stator off. And we'll see what the best way to do it. We're going to unhook the regulator. I knew we had an issue, kind of figured that was the issue. It's going to take 5/16 to take the stator off. That's a little stuck on there. We'll let that soak for a few seconds. We're going to unhook we're going to get the harness fished out here. And we're going to, while we're here, we're going to unhook the coil, and then we're going to lift the manifold up, and then we'll be able to pull that right out. We are going to have to take this cross out here. In fact, we're going to do that first. It's going to take a 3/8. The fuel pump is right here. We'll clean this motor up before we put it back together. Just checking out everything. Take the wire off the coil. Now this is the time, if you think you need to change your starter, this is the time to do it. This starter here does not look the best, so while I'm in here, I'm going to change that. You can see some of the teeth right there are wore off. The reason we didn't hear any noise is because the magnets were right off in the flywheel, so there wouldn't be any crunching noise. If a magnet gets stacked up, then you'll have some crunching noises. So we're going to lift this intake manifold up. It's going to take a 1/2 inch. I was kind of hoping not to have to do that, but it's not a big deal. It'll just take a little bit longer to get back together. One thing I was amazed, there was not any mice remnants at all. Now the carburetor, that tube that goes for the breather is kind of holding it. And I think I'm gonna be okay. and I am. I'm just gonna fish it underneath so I don't have to disturb that. Just take my time. There we go. Now we just have to get that stator off. And there we go. I'm not sure if it's good or bad, but I'm just going to replace it to make positive sure. I have one that I know is good. So we're going to take a little bit of a break and get everything cleaned up. Going to change out that starter while I'm in here because of that tooth right there. Kind of bothers me a little bit. So we're going to get that changed and get this all shined up, get a flywheel, and we'll get it back together. Put it back together. We're going to put the stator and the flywheel in, and then I'll put the rest of the motor together off in film. But I took the stator off in a KT17 Series 1, and the flywheel I took off, I took out of that same machine. Went to put it on just to make sure. I did not know. You learn something new every day in the salvage business, that a KT17 and a Series 2 do not take the same flywheel. I did not know that. So I had to take a couple more off, and I finally found a good one. I have quite a few cores, but it took me a minute to find that one. So I learned something. Probably a few viewers know that already. I did not. I always thought a KT17 and a Series 2 were pretty much the same, except the blocks. And the difference was on the outside, it's 1 inch on a KT17. On a Series 2, it's 1 1/8 inches. So we're going to tighten up that stator. So next we're going to put, even though the manifold's not on yet, just to keep track of that wire, we're going to put it on the coil. Actually, I'm going to take that back off, and I'm going to put it the other way. This wire here is a little bit, well, I guess we're going to keep it that way. Somebody's already put a different spade on there. I might have to take my gloves off. There, I did. 3/8 right here. This is an original coil, I can tell. So now we're going to, when I put it so it's 90 degrees on the keyway, we're going to spray that down with some WD-40. And we're going to put it on. There. Put the tighten it right up. Yeah. believe we're in pretty good shape. So we're going to, off in film, we're going to get the covers all cleaned up, put back on. Probably going to put some new intake gaskets on it. I already changed the fitting for the fuel pump because I wasn't happy with the one that was in it. So we're going to get that all back in, and at the end of the video here, we're going to make sure she charges. Now we have everything back together. We're going to try it, and I put a battery in it that's a little bit low, so we're going to see how much it's going to charge. If it's charging with the lights on, you know that you have everything correct. That's a good way to test it. Electric clutch is the same way. So we're going to start it up and see how she runs. So we're really in good shape. The electric clutch is working, even the seat switch is working, you notice that. Right there is the flywheel we took out, and right there is the stator also. So right here was the KT17. Like I said, I didn't know a KT17 and a Series 2 are different, and I'll put them side by side. And you can definitely tell the difference. Right here is about 1 inch. That's around 1 1/8 inches. So it's a lot of difference, and you can see it right there. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. This wasn't a big job. Right there's the magnets that came out of it, out of that flywheel is bad. Could have glued them in, no question about it. I'm not even sure if that stator right there is even bad. I would guesstimate it probably is not. But wanted to put a match set in so everything was kosher. Now I did, another disclosure, I did have to take apart 3 KT17 Series 3 to get one with good magnets in it. So good thing I have quite a few cores. Like I always say, keep your cores. You never know if you're going to need even a bracket, a bolt, or anything of that nature. I couldn't do this without all my parts, and it makes every day very enjoyable. So thank you so much for watching. And like always, we'll always have videos here because we always have something broke, and we'll definitely see you on the next video.